Welcome back. So, I'm trying to simplify and revisit some concepts that were discussed in All About Love New Visions by our author Bell Hooks. And I don't know about you, but stories are easier for me to listen to than it is to listen to someone read a book like the one I read to you, All About Love, because there's so many words and concepts going on at the same time, and my brain sometimes stops on one word and will not hear the rest that was said because it finds that word so intriguing and wants to go deeper. When I'm reading the book and I have it, I can stop and I can go and find the meaning and have my brain play, but I am imagining that you might be having the same experience. So I'm going to slow it down just in case your brain is like mine, and I really am trying to reach out to people who are neurodivergent as well, that will benefit from a different way of seeing the world and providing at least a little bit of it to them. So going back to love is the will to nurture our own and another person's spiritual growth. Love is the will. Love is the will. So that part tells you will, the choice to do. But I won't stay there now. Love is the will. Love is choosing to nurture our own and another person's spiritual growth. And I love that it points out that to love, you have to be focusing on your issues, and the other person's issues at the same time. Love is to nurture your own, that's self-love, and another person's spiritual growth. Now, where I want to go deeper into this is, so I pointed out that love is a choice. Love is about nurturing. And when I see the image of nurturing, we think of parents, right? Feeding us, giving us the sustenance that we need for life, giving us the necessary food and the necessary care, helping us to grow up big and strong. So that's a beautiful image of nurture and care. But I think she confined it to spiritual growth, and I have a problem spiritualizing things because I like it to be concrete. I think the spiritual part of us is a part that sometimes people neglect to nurture because it's hidden. But I think also I want to just be clear that love is a nurturing of every aspect of us. It's a physical nurturing, like feeding the body with good and healthy stuff, and the other person's love is emotional, building up the person emotionally, building up the person mentally, building up the person intellectually, yourself and the other person, building up the person morally, building up the person in the financial aspects. It's a building thing that when you're in a loving relationship, it's a growth space, right? It might be challenging. It's not going to be easy because growth is a process, and growth, there's growing pains, right? But in the end, this is a positive pain. It's the pain that happens when you're tearing your muscles from lifting weights and you take a day to heal and the next day you're strong again. I don't know the most of that because I'm not a big gym rat, but our skilled trainer, so yeah, but I'm just guessing from general knowledge. So yeah, there could be pain, but it's a growth. And then we have love is as love does. So I already touched on that. Love is a verb. It's good to people talk a good game of love. For example, I remember being a teen in Jamaica, and we had this thing that they taught us in youth group, and it was a guy, he was trying to get with a girl, and he sent her this letter, and it was so great. He was telling her he would do anything to be with her, fight a lion, fight a gunman, fight anybody, a duppy, anybody. And then he closed the letter with, I hear there's going to be rain tonight, so I won't be able to come over to your house. And that's the joke, right? You're so brave and bold and promising a lot of things, but when a little bit of rain could stop you from coming to my house, makes no sense, right? And so that it is, love is bigger than your intention. As this says, love is an act of will, both an intention and an action. If you intend to fight a lion, you must be able to brave a little rain to get to my house. And again, I said earlier, will. The author says will also implies choice. You are choosing. When we romanticize love, people are caught up with, if you love someone, you are like programmed. You have to do this, you have to do that. If you love someone, you buy them flowers. There's just, even some of those are materialistic Western thinking. Like, when did the idea of buying flowers become a thing? And then you force these ideas on to people. But bigger than that, it's us thinking that love is a programming. So if you love somebody, you're going to do all the things they like. You have to learn what people like as well. But also, no, love is a choice. And that for me is very encouraging. I'm not a robot. I'm a person. I can choose to do the right thing every day. I can choose to love properly. But I also can stop putting my loving energy towards people and things that are not worthy. I will not give my beautiful love energy to people who are causing me pain, who are tearing me down, who are oppressing me. I will turn that energy inward. I'll turn my energy to things that are wonderful, right? I'll think on those things, as the Bible says. So love is a choice, and you can choose it. And people who are being mean are choosing meanness unless they have some kind of severe psychological impairment. They're making choices. So that's what I want to do. I went deeper in it, and I'm going to say it one more time. Love is the will to nurture our own and another person's spiritual growth, emotional growth, physical growth, intellectual growth, moral growth. If you're around somebody and they're telling you that they love you, and this is a loving relationship, and you find yourself getting worse, it's not love. Love is a verb. Love is a choice. And there are times to choose love, and there are times to walk away. You can tell me what you think. You can tell me if this is more helpful by breaking it down and simplifying it. It was more helpful to me. I felt I conveyed my message. Thank you so much for listening.